new documentary features some of the top stars in the NBA as it explores the journey of a youth basketball team with dreams of following in their footsteps.
Titled Little Ballers, the film shines a light on how sports can be a means of escape from inner city adversity. And here to tell us all about it is the director, producer, and friend, Crystal McCrary. How are you?
I am super. Thank you all so much for having me. I'm thrilled to be here to talk about Little Ballers.
Yes, thank you for being here. And the film focuses on 4 11-year-olds.
Yes.
How did you figure out which ones to follow? They're all part of a youth basketball team working towards a championship, the AAU?
Yes, AAU stands for Amateur Athletic Union, which is basically like the NBA for kids.
Yeah.
And in many respects, it's sort of like a funneler to Division I college basketball, and in those rare cases to the NBA. But I focused on these 4 boys. One of them is my son.
Yes.
And all the boys on the team are fantastic, and they all come from diverse socioeconomic, cultural backgrounds. Race or class don't matter. When they're together on the court, they're brothers. And the reason I chose these 4 is they actually happen to be the closest on the team.
Love it.
And I was like the team mom with the camera, and I said, let me just put the camera on them and see what happens as they journey to try and win a national championship.
So talk about it. The one thing they do have in common is basketball. So
Yes.
how is it that it offers such hope to you? Basketball really seems to be this symbol of hope for young people.
Yeah. Absolutely, and particularly for urban youth.
Yes.
And in the case of these boys, you have the young man Tyreek, who comes from a gang-infested community, and for him, basketball really does literally keep him off the streets and keep him safe.
Yeah.
You have the young man Judah, and for him, basketball saved his family's life. It brought hope into their household when the father had lost his job, and Judah was this childhood prodigy, and it just galvanized the family together in something that they could do together and bring about a sense of hope. Kevin, it brings him an education opportunities, and my son Cole, it's a bond with his father, and it also helps him learn.
Who, of course, was an NBA player himself.
Exactly, yes. And it helps him control his temper.
Ah, nice.
And
nice.
speaking of NBA players, you interviewed quite a few for this project. Carmelo Anthony, J.R. Smith. It was endorsed by Kobe Bryant.
Yes.
And Amari Stoudemire actually executive produced the project.
That's right.
So how can all of these guys relate to some of the journey of these 11-year-olds?
Well, they all played Amari, Russell Westbrook, Carmelo, they all played youth basketball themselves. And they share their parallel experiences, you know, like Joakim Noah, who's in the film.
Yeah.
And he talks about a big point that he makes. He's like, anything that keeps kids off the street is a good thing. And you think about where he plays basketball in Chicago with the Chicago Bulls. Gang violence is a huge issue there. And oftentimes kids decide to join gangs because they don't have family members. They don't have a sense of structure in their lives. And what basketball, organized basketball, can do is it can give kids that sense of family, that sense of belonging.
And yet there are still naysayers who say that urban kids rely too much on sports as the way to get out the hood.
Yes.
What do you make
I'm
of that?
so glad you said that. I by no means am condoning basketball as the only way out, and not even necessarily a way out, because they could be in a chess club, they could be in a debate club, they could be on a fencing team, but I'm saying anything that keeps kids out of the streets, kids that are not living in suburbs and big mansions and great big backyards, but are living in inner cities that are overrun with poverty. We know that the failing urban public school system is keeping kids from getting proper educations. Their dropout rates are escalating, and then you know that directly leads to the cradle to prison pipeline, right? So in a situation where a child has something constructive and healthy to do, basketball can do that, in many other activities. I mean, you look at Venus and Serena Williams. For them, it was tennis.
Just sports in general is a great way.
Sports in general. And so that's what I really wanted to show. And also, as a filmmaker and a mother, I wanted to have responsible programming. I wanted to offer the spectrum of my kids having something to see that is not appealing to the lowest common denominator. People aren't stripping off their clothes. Everybody has a right to make a living. I have no judgment on that. But I want my 11, 12, 13, 14-year-old kids to be able to see something that offers them hope.
That's amazing. And Little Ballers is actually airing February 25th on Nickelodeon.
Yes, Nickelodeon Sports.
Yes.
We
will be watching.
Congratulations on your directorial debut.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
And you produced it as well. Good stuff.
Little Ballers. You're watching Arise Entertainment 360. We'll be right back.